Do you ever wonder how someone could become enlightened? I'm not a scholar or professor, nor a doctor, scientist, or a guru. I'm just a plumber who knows the true meaning of being lit. When I was 33, I got electrocuted from 480 volts at work. Getting over death, I got to meet the big God, and that's when I encountered some of these light beings in my near-death experience. And that was the code to enlightenment. Shutting the world off, I lost hope in everything in my life. I was always wondering if I'm going crazy or not. Everything I thought I knew and understood about my life and myself in the world was now questioned. Mentally, emotionally, I was always somewhere else. But the doctors confirmed that I'm okay. There was no issues or problem going on. But why did I still feel off inside? And what's crazy about that, it only made me more obsessed of going back to that same place all over again. Like a spiritual junkie chasing that first high and still seeking for the sound of light. Super paranoid from the traumatic event, I didn't trust anything or anyone. After 3 years later, and 3 lawyers after, I was finally getting treated. Visiting psychiatrists, psychotherapists, neurospine surgeons, physical therapy, and years of lawyers, I was finally starting to live my life again. But in 2020, I was scheduled for my neck operation in February during COVID. It was a 50-50 chance. At the time, if I made it, hooray. If not, at least I'm out of this misery. And I knew I couldn't take my own life because I knew what would happen if I did. I'd reincarnate and do this all over again. But after the operation, I made full recovery much faster than expected. For the past 7 years, I've been guided in mastering the art of spiritual healing from all over the world. For the past 5 years, I've been diving deeper into my mediumship. I've also been learning different facets of enlightenment as well. Flying into UK, England, learning trance healing, being in an altered state, channeling messages. I even learned years of medical intuitive healing from a professional nurse, as well as Qigong healing from a real life Qigong master who trained with the Buddhist monks in the mountains in China. As a plumber and a healer, the goal is to distinguish, revitalize the complication from like a blockage and imbalance throughout the facility or the patient. They both have channels that hose the flow. We have the meridians, a passageway, and even valves on how all this works properly, accordingly, throughout our body during healing. And the plumbers would call this same shit, different toilet. A good healer is able to compartmentalize these forces organically and transcend these into light. LIGHT, loving intelligence gathering higher thoughts. This innate awareness is in your command with patience, practice, with pure intent to help others, like the healing plumber. The goal is to be seen and to see in a higher balanced state of mind. We all can achieve these abilities and skills in our own form of way. Some are born with these natural gifts, especially the young ones, but we all can master and enhance these potential possibilities. To attain such state, one must have the hands-on work experience and know the guidelines such as the codes, the code of ethics. It's your higher self reminding your soul there is much more beyond than enlightenment. It is like seeing it from above, like an eagle. A supreme enlightened state is with no reaction, no response, or any other judgmental thoughts that may come into play. Channel energy like the masters in the real time. By using your breath, emptying out your entire awareness like a cup being poured out into emptiness, like an open vessel, and just turning on a valve like a master plumber. But above all this enlightened stuff, at the end, our light fades out into the universal field of oneness. The key is to accept it all from all dimensions, the good and the bad, from your highest to your lowest point in life, knowing the difference from dark to light, having the wisdom of common sense. Enlightenment is turning poison into medicine like an alchemist. Only knowing the difference of only knowing what needs to be known. Long story short, it wasn't my time, and that's why I'm still here. In conclusion, I want to leave you with this. Life and love is your soul turning on the light from the wind of birth. And when you go, your soul is just going back to the recharging station for the next outlet, where your enlightenment is meant to be.